For the best part of 2 decades, football fans have been locked in a fierce, passionate debate. Who is the greatest of all time? Lionel Messi, the quiet magician from Argentina, Cristiano Ronaldo, the relentless Portuguese goal machine. It's the pub argument to end all pub arguments. Every fan has their pick and they'll defend it to the hilt. This isn't just about statistics or trophies. It's about style. It's about philosophy. It's about what you believe football should be. A rivalry that has pushed both players to unimaginable heights. So where does KylianMbappé fit into all this? He's not just any player. He is the heir apparent. The young superstar tipped to dominate football's next era. His opinion, therefore, carries enormous weight. He has already won a World Cup. He has countless other honors. When a player of his caliber weighs in, people listen. His choice is seen as a verdict from the future king, a passing of the torch. This question matters because Mbappé is uniquely positioned to answer it. He isn't just watching from the sidelines. He has competed against Ronaldo in the Champions League, felt that competitive fire firsthand. He spent 2 full seasons at Paris Saint-Germain as Messi's teammate. His perspective goes beyond what we see on TV. To understand Kylian Mbappe's perspective, you have to go back to his childhood in Bondy, a suburb of Paris. He was a football-obsessed kid, just like millions of others around the world. His bedroom was a shrine to the sport, and more specifically, to one player. Pictures have famously surfaced of a young Mbappé sitting in his room, the walls completely plastered with posters of Cristiano Ronaldo. Not just 1 or 2, but dozens. Ronaldo in a Real Madrid kit, Ronaldo celebrating, lining up free kicks. It was clear who his childhood hero was. This wasn't a passing phase, it was pure adoration. His idolization of Ronaldo made perfect sense. During Mbappé's most formative years, from about 2009 to 2018, Ronaldo was at the peak of his powers at Real Madrid. He was the ultimate athlete, a symbol of dedication, power, and relentless self-improvement. For a young, ambitious forward like Mbappé, Ronaldo was the perfect blueprint. Mbappé even tried to copy Ronaldo's step-overs, his free-kick stance, and his explosive running style. He saw a path to greatness, and it was paved by CR7. The story goes that when Mbappé was just 14, he had a trial at Real Madrid. During his visit, he got to meet his hero, Cristiano Ronaldo. There's a wonderful photo of the two of them, a starstruck teenager standing next to a global icon. Mbappé has often spoken about that moment, describing how much it meant to him. It was a dream come true. Ronaldo, for his part, was gracious and encouraging. This personal connection left a lasting impression on the young Frenchman. It cemented Ronaldo's place as the North Star in his footballing journey. As Mbappé's own career began to take off at Monaco, the comparisons to Ronaldo were inevitable. The explosive pace, the direct running, the confident finishing, it all had echoes of his idol. Journalists would ask him about it, and he would never shy away from his admiration. Everything seemed straightforward, didn't it? Mbappé was a Ronaldo man through and through. But then, in the summer of 2021, football threw a curveball that no one saw coming. Lionel Messi left Barcelona and signed for Paris Saint-Germain. Suddenly, Mbappé wasn't just admiring a legend from afar, he was sharing a dressing room with one. He was no longer just watching Messi's magic on television, he was a participant in it. Playing alongside Messi gave Mbappé a completely different appreciation for his genius. It was a 2-year front-row masterclass. He saw firsthand how Messi processed the game, how he saw passes that no one else could, how his feet moved with the ball as if it were an extension of his body. Mbappé spoke in interviews about how easy Messi made football look. He described him as a player who was always thinking about the collective, always looking to make his teammates better. This was a contrast to the individualistic, powerful style of Ronaldo that he had grown up idolizing. It showed him another way to be brilliant. In one telling interview, Mbappé admitted that when he first joined PSG, he believed Messi was the best player in the world, but playing with him confirmed it in a way he hadn't fully grasped before. To play with Leo is a privilege. You learn every day. He talked about Messi's humility and his willingness to integrate into the team. This wasn't the distant rival anymore. This was his teammate, a quiet leader who led by example. Mbappé's role on the pitch even evolved, as he learned to make runs in anticipation of Messi's incredible vision and passing range. The experience forced Mbappé to grow, not just as a player, but as a student of the game. He had based his entire development on the Ronaldo model of athleticism and drive. Now, he was being exposed to the Messi model of innate talent and footballing intelligence. He realized that there wasn't just one way to reach the top. So, with these two incredible influences pulling him in different directions, how does Mbappé talk about them now? He has become incredibly diplomatic and thoughtful when asked the big question. He understands the weight of his words and respects both legends immensely. He often frames the debate not as who is better, but as how lucky were we to have both. He acknowledges that he is from a generation that grew up with the Messi Ronaldo rivalry as the defining narrative of football. For him, they are two sides of the same coin, two different expressions of footballing perfection. When he speaks about Ronaldo, the language he uses is often rooted in inspiration and admiration. He calls Ronaldo his idol for a reason. He credits him with fueling his ambition and showing him the importance of work ethic. Ronaldo represents the journey, the hard work and the climb to the top. When he speaks about Messi, however, the language shifts. It becomes more about awe, an appreciation for pure God-given talent. Messi is the best player in the world. He's a true legend. Having been his teammate, Mbappé's praise for Messi often sounds more definitive. He saw the magic up close, day in and day out. While Ronaldo was the hero on his wall, Messi was the genius in his workplace. This creates a fascinating duality in his answers. He seems to separate his personal feelings from his professional judgment. His heart, the fan inside him, will always have a special place for Ronaldo, the hero of his youth. But his head, the elite professional who has seen it all, seems to lean towards Messi as the more complete and naturally gifted footballer. He often concludes that it's a shame that people feel they have to choose. He suggests that we should simply enjoy both, because we will likely never see two players dominate the sport in such a way at the same time ever again. He respects them both, and so should we. So, has KylianMbappé ever given a final, definitive answer? The simple answer is no, and it's likely he never will. Mbappé is far too intelligent and media-savvy to alienate half the footballing world. He understands his position as a global ambassador and respects both players. Instead, he gives a diplomatic answer, paying tribute to both legends. When pressed, he separates them into different categories. He'll say Ronaldo was his idol, the player he looked up to as a child. Those posters on his bedroom wall are a testament. Ronaldo was the inspiration. Then he follows that by saying Messi is the best, what he saw as a teammate. One inspired his dreams, the other defined the reality of footballing genius for him. It's a subtle but important distinction. Ultimately, his stance is the sensible one. He refuses a binary choice. He says the greatness of one doesn't diminish the other. I have learned a lot from Cristiano, and I learned a lot from Leo. They are two different players, two legends. You don't have to choose. This shows maturity beyond his years. He is a peer who shared the pitch with them. His conclusion is respect. In the end, maybe Mbappé's true hero is Mbappé himself. He took lessons from both titans. From Ronaldo, relentless drive, physical conditioning, killer instinct in front of goal. From Messi, vision, subtlety, the importance of making his teammates better. KylianMbappé hasn't chosen between Messi and Ronaldo. He absorbed the best of both to build his own legacy.